Well, don't let the mild summer and quiet hurricane season fool you. One prominent energy weather forecaster is predicting the coldest winter in a decade. Let's head to our commodities reporter, Michael Whitney, with that story. This doesn't sound good. So pretty cold, huh?
Pretty cold, definitely. And the important thing is who the forecaster is. This is Matt Rogers of Commodity Research. He's formerly of Earthsat. He's widely followed in the energy space. All the natural gas guys follow this guy. When he moves his forecast, they pay attention. If you take a look at the map, you can see exactly what he's calling for. He's calling for much below temperatures. You can see this map, the dark purple. This is very cold, 3 to 4 degrees below normal temperatures, covering the Northeast, which is a prime consuming area for natural gas, and also the Midwest. So it's definitely going to be problematic in terms of the natural gas market from a demand perspective.
All right, so what does that mean then, essentially, for the markets here?
Well, it's a bit of a tug of war right now. We have a very oversupplied market.
Right.
If you look at the supply situation, we're talking about inventory levels at record levels. But in 2002, 2003, when we had this type of winter forecast, this is the last cold winter, we had a huge spike in energy prices, up almost 160%. But right now, we're very well supplied, so this is fighting back and forth against a demand scenario, which has some holes in it. Obviously, we've got cold weather, which is great, but we've got lagging industrial demand, and we've got some other issues that might affect the demand side of the equation. But this is definitely a good sign for the gas market that there is going to be some cold weather.
Right, but a real tug of war when it comes to supply and demand right now. I've actually got a guest coming up a little bit later on who's talking about $10 natural gas. We'll see if he's still holding to that forecast. All right, so other than natural gas, Mike, are there other ways to kind of make this play on this cold winter?
Well, certainly, and it's not always that intuitive, but having been in the natural gas trading side, you know who your customers are, and you know the guys that are going to be affected more or less by these things.
Right.
Take, for instance, Starbucks. When the weather's cold, people drink more coffee. Starbucks should get a little bit of a gain here. Campbell's Soup, little known fact, these guys have a meteorologist on staff. They follow demand trends in the business in terms of cold weather in the winter.
I believe it.
High soup demand when it's cold. And also Amazon. Inclement weather means people will be shopping from home more, so they won't be getting out to the malls because of the weather. The flip side of that is the retail names. As I just mentioned, there's going to be guys like Gap, Abercrombie & Fitch, Macy's. Not to single these guys out at all. They're just emblematic of issues that might happen in the retail if the weather's so bad that people aren't going to be able to get out and go to the malls.
Right.
Another group of industry sector that might be hit pretty hard, airlines. Now, airlines have been recovering sharply in terms of their price performance.
Right.
However, if you have delays in inclement weather, that just means less revenue.
Icing on the planes
and upset
so on
passengers, exactly.
All right, so some things to watch out. But this forecast are pretty accurate.
Well, right now he's talking about 70 to 75%. He's going to monitor that. It's still very early.
Okay.
It's September. We'll know more the next couple of weeks. The key is going to be the El Nino. If the thing starts to strengthen, the El Nino strengthens a little bit here, it could make the winter a little bit more mild, which is what we're all looking for.
All right, yeah, absolutely. Keep my fingers crossed on that. Hey, Michael, thank you so much. Michael Whitney, talking about natural gas.